Love and Marriage Huntsville is back, and these clowns on this cast have already started their bullshit. Let's get into it.
Dinner made a bang.
Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the Social Tea here. I'll be here talking about all things social, including celebrity news, reality shows, and what's going on in pop culture. In other words, I'll be spilling the tea and telling everybody's business. However, we know folks always give their feelings, so I must say all things stated here are alleged and are my opinion only. Now, before we get our teacups out, make sure you hit the notification bell, like, share, and subscribe. So with that being said, relax, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Well, okay, we're here. Okay, y'all, I like the new opening to Love and Marriage Huntsville. They put a little heat on it. Um, I like how they did the season preview, what's going to be happening throughout the season within the show. Just showing some of the things that's going to be taking place in the lives of the cast. So I think that's awesome. And I like how with each new scene, they did like a short clip of the castmate that we were actually about to see. I think it's fun. I think it's cool. I think it's grown. I think it's spiced the show up a bit. So the first scene we have Kimmy and Mel. Um, Mel is walking up to Kimmy's and Maurice's house with some Jay Bowling on. I peep game. Okay, Mel, I like it. I like it. I do believe she helped him design that. It's fire. I know Mel was like advertising, boo, advertising. Anyway, Mel comes in and Mel says in her confessional that she loves how Kimmy respects her space and vice versa. She loves those who loves her, and she says that has added value to her and Kimmy's friendship. Um she sees how friends can be, and you can be friends and you don't have to be around each other 24/7. You don't have to hear from each other 24/7 to say that you're someone's friend. We can just pick up where we left off. We're still besties or we're still cool and we can keep it moving. We don't have to be smothering each other to prove that we're friends. So I like that. Kimmy asked Mel what she did for her birthday. On that note, Mel was a little quiet and she kind of decided to be mum about it. However, we did see what Mel did on her birthday. So supposedly Kimmy is out here doing too much. Well, at least Maurice, her husband, thinks she's doing too much. As we all know, Kimmy was diagnosed with breast cancer in the last season. So I do kind of get what he's saying. Like, boo, you need to like lighten up or just chill out because you out here possibly doing too much. So Kimmy girl, you need to listen to your husband. Um, she states that she just finished up with chemotherapy, which I think is awesome for Kimmy. She still has to have surgery and her radiation treatments. Kimmy says her and Mel have gotten closer and considers Mel a good friend. So that's great. I like Kimmy. I really never had a problem with Kimmy. But anyway, Kimmy wants to have a party. And so, Mel basically say, hey girl, since your man tripping, I'll go ahead and plan the party. So Kimmy basically is like, well, most of the folks you got issues with is going to be at this party. So can you handle inviting them? And Mel says basically in her confessional, this is basically about you and your journey, and I can go along to get along for you because you're my friend, basically. And I think I really like that with them, and I hope this doesn't get messed up. I really like this. Then Kimmy says, well, you gonna have to call these folks. So they do like a mock phone call because they both know that Mel is going to get some attitudes and some stress for some folks that she calling. So they kind of play it out to see how Mel going to, act over the phone. She does all right. So I think they got it. This scene, I like this. I like that Kimmy and Mel have gotten to be a lot closer within what they define their friendship as, not what anyone else defines their friendship as and what anyone else feels like their friendship should be. However, and I say however with a big H, however, I hope Kimmy continues to stay neutral and she does not let the Scott's crew make her act differently towards Mel or have Tisha in the mix. And Tisha feel a certain way because now Kimmy and Mel have started to garner a relationship. And I'm sure Tisha hates this. I'm sure she hates it. Moving along, we get to the scene with Martell, excuse me. So Martell is getting a massage. I'm just sidebar, just a sidebar. Like, I really don't think Martell is all that great looking. I just really don't. Even on the first season, I just don't think he's all that great looking. Like, he is okay. I mean, he ain't, you ain't coughing and gagging when you look at him, but he's all right looking brother. Like, he ain't. Now, you know who's damn fine? Actor Christian Keys. Now, when you say somebody fine, you put him in the mix. That's fine. Now, you can go run tell somebody that. Christian Keys, that's fine. But Martell, I'm not really checking. And it's not even that he dogged Mel out. I just don't think well, let me back that up. His actions make him ugly and not that attractive. But anyways, Martell talks about how he loves being touched. And it's like, bruh, being touched is what got you in trouble. You need to just cut down on being touched. I can't. Oh, and he says he has bags under his eyes. I guess that's from all them nights that he's been crying about Mel not taking him back and then starting the show. I mean, anyway, his mama Marlene walks in and they start to rap a little bit. She asks him about how was things going. And then right when they start to talk, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Sheree Whitsfield calls him on the phone. I think she calls him from they're in like a girls trip in Portugal. You know how that Bravo show does, that girls go on a girl trip. But and again, them and their little play relationship, it is what it is. If it brings them to the bag, then let it. So then she asks him why he has his chest out. Like, damn. See, they already know his ways. That's the first thing you looked at, was his chest out. But anyway, they asked him why his chest was out. And then Martell had to put his mama on the camera. And be like, I'm not doing nothing. And then they get to talking again, and Sheree asked him when she gonna get flued out. Girl, Martell ain't got no flued out money. He ain't He ain't flying nobody out. Child, she better off calling Bob. She better off calling Bob. Anyway, Martell says to his mom that he feels like he's fighting with his family, which she's calling Mel his family. And so Martell goes on to say that in his confessional that him and Melanie attended their kids' Christmas program. And during that, he asked Mel to pray. Pray for them to be more cordial towards each other and better co-parents. He says there is still hope and he's going to counseling to become a better person. Then his mama Marlene basically tells him that nothing is wrong with him. And basically she talks about Mel and Mel talking to the kids about him. Basically saying Mel the problem. And for me, even on the outside looking in, because I do have a teenage son that's coming up to be a man, I'm sorry, the type of woman and mother that I am, If I was Marlene and I was in the shoes where my son did what Martell did to Melanie, I would have chewed his ass out. Point blank, period. Just off of being a woman alone, I would have chewed him out and just let his ass have it. But to each his own. See, that's the problem. Even though he's a grown man, his family should have held him to a higher standard. Because if they don't, then the cycle is going to continue. But I digress. Moving on. But wasn't Mel getting the in-home massage too at one point? I mean, Lord, this bruh, he cannot even be original one day in his life without copying off of Mel. Like, he just copies off of her all the time. And yeah, going back to him and Sheree's relationship, we know him and Sheree have a fake relationship. But if I was Sheree, I wouldn't be having any type of relations with him. Like, ill. Especially after Coleslaw said he was eating her groceries. Now, how does this work? How this working? How this working? Because Martell on screen talking about he missed his family, aka Mel. He supposedly dating Sheree, but we all know he still mess with Coleslaw every now and then. Girl, this is a whole mess. It's a mess. This is a mess. But Martell knows how to stay in the web of a triangle, honey. That triangle, honey, he can stay in it. Anywho, so we move to Stormi and Courtney. They're at their beautiful home. I think Mel did her video there, or she shot a video there for one of her singles. And I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say I really don't like Stormi. I don't like her vibe. I don't like how she comes off. I don't really like her, but I'm gonna try to be optimistic and give her a chance. But how I'm feeling right now, I don't really dig sis. But her baby chest is super cute. He is so adorable. So Stormi is feeding him, and her husband Courtney basically is like, "Look, boo, little man eating real food now, so it's time to lay off the boobs." Courtney said, "Yo is eating whole steaks now, so he good. You can let off the boob." So they start talking, and Stormi starts saying that she wants more kids. However, Courtney is like, "Nah, it's a hard no for me. Like, I don't want to do no more kids." And they all start to go into, Stormi starts to talk about how her pregnancy was really rough and she almost died. Well, he starts to talk about how rough her pregnancy was and that Stormi almost died. So he's just not feeling it. Stormi says, "Well, what about a surrogate?" He's still saying no. He do not want to talk about it. He good with no more kids. I think Stormi needs to dive a little bit deeper into why Courtney has his feelings that he does, about not having more kids. There may be some trauma there, with all that he saw that went on with his wife. Um, I think bro just shut all the way down in that aspect. He's just not, he ain't doing it. So then we get to Mel's scene, with her and the kids. And of course they are so cute. Sugar mama is like my internet niece. Like, she is so adorable. So Mel asked the kids what they want for Christmas. And Tank said they want an iPhone 14 so they can share. Now, y'all know damn well Martell put him up to say that, or them up to say that. Because what kids want to share a phone with their brothers and sisters? I mean, you got that sibling rivalry type thing. But most kids want a phone for themselves, not to share. So Mel looking like, I don't know, I don't know if that's right. So she gets to herself and she starts to make calls. She pulls out her AKA trap phone and she proceeds to call the other castmates she ain't really cool with for Kimmy's party. So first she calls Tiffany. I think her and Tiffany are still cool. That call went well. They have no issues at all. Next, she calls Tisha, and it was a really weird call, of course, because they don't really do each other. Tisha says in her confessional that getting a call from Mel was an unpleasant surprise. I'm like, girl, moving on. Moving on. Then she calls Stormi. Stormi seems to be kind of taken back that Mel is calling her from an unknown number. And Stormi in her confessional says that she was surprised and said it was weird to get that call. Yeah, whatever. These people on this show. Last but not least, holdout Holt. Mel calls Martell, and child Martell almost went to the upper room when he heard Mel on the phone. He was about to get a full church shout on when he heard Mel's voice. He just knew she was coming back to him. Mel said, not. Mel says in her confessional, basically, she does not call Martell at all. So Mel tells him why she's calling about Kimmy's party. And then Martell asks, you gonna tell me about last night? Oh, when you said that, I was like, whoa, what? What? Then Mel in her confessional says Martell wanted to discuss the prayer that he wanted her to pray. Martell says it's for them to be cool. But Mel said, nah. Bruh is trying to get back. That's what that prayer is about. She said God said go, and she ain't been about to waste no more of God's time. Mel said, bruh, I'm out. Ain't nobody trying to pray with you about us getting back together. So y'all know Martell ain't no good for trying to get them kids to get Mel to get them a cell phone. I just think he doing all he can to try to monitor her. Bro, he know what he doing, but I don't think Mel gonna fall for that BS. Tisha saying that Mel calling her was an unpleasant surprise. I'm like, girl, just moving on. I'm only mentioning it because it happened, but moving on. Like, you don't like her, she doesn't like you. Y'all both have an understanding that y'all don't like each other. Just move on, okay? Stormi saying that it was weird to get a call from Mel, but in the same breath said before her and Mel wasn't close and they were getting to know each other. I'm like, girl, what is it? Like, like y'all not really friends. Y'all cordial. Remember, y'all cordial. And then Martell, he just need to pray for finalization. Like, bruh, she gone. She ain't coming back home. And the fact of the matter is, he wanted Mel to pray at a specific time. I'm like, nah, Mel, that don't sound right. That sound like roots. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, we move on to Stormi and her mother. Now, Stormi talks to her mom. I think her mom is named Miss Betty. Stormi talks to her mom about a lot of things. But Stormi mom basically said that she moved in to help Stormi with baby because she couldn't really find a good nanny. So then they talk about how her husband Courtney doesn't want any more kids, and Miss Betty basically says the same thing I said before. He may have had trauma from the first birth. Like, he just ain't ready yet. So give him time. Men do deal with emotions very differently from women. So from my understanding, there was a situation in which there was some type of IG text online beef between Mel and Stormi's mom. Now, Stormi thinks everyone thinks it makes her look bad, or it's a reflection on her because that's her mother. So it's like kind of an underlying underset unsaid things between her and Mel. So Stormi says in her confessional, I say it like this. It's another mother on this show making digs at Mel. And it's like, why? And, Stormi basically, her mom going back and forth, but then she did the same thing Tisha said when it came to Miss Wanda. My mama doesn't know how to mind her business, but she my mama, and I'm really not going to check her because that's my mama. And I'm going to let her talk and say what she want to because she my mama. That's basically what Tisha said when it came to Miss Wanda. And it's basically what Stormi said when it came to her mama. So Miss Betty straight asked Stormi, were her and Mel friends? And then Stormi kind of did a little laugh. Like, okay, she's like, yes, I know, sis. It's why you gotta laugh. I just thought that was like shiesty. Miss Betty says that when she first met Mel, she didn't like her energy. Here we go. Stormi says that they were developing a friendship. Oh, not friends, but developing a friendship. And so Miss Betty basically said, so basically she tuned you out like she did everybody else. Yeah. And we gonna keep watching because we gonna find out. I know exactly why Mel tuned her out, but we gonna keep watching this show to find out why. Can we talk about these old Bettys? And I mean, no pun when saying old Bettys, but I just get Miss Wanda vibes off of Stormi's mom. Not saying that she got to be cool or she got to like Mel, but damn, like, can she stay in her own age group? Like, I don't like Mel's energy. Hell, her energy was just off talking about Mel. Like, I'm just saying, her mother just give me Miss Wanda vibes. Old, tired, and messy. Folks, like, I just don't understand. Folks, keep this in mind. Stormi says that her and Mel were, or was developing a friendship. This means that they weren't really friends, but being friendly towards each other. And that's no secret. It is not a secret that Mel has said on numerous occasions that she moves in silence after the show wraps. She likes to decompress. In other words, she doesn't like being bothered with that messy cast. So, like, why is this such a big shocker that Mel didn't reach out to her or call her? If this woman wants to regroup, like, why folks can't understand that and just leave her alone? Why she can't just be left alone if that's what she wants? So, we finally get to Kimmy's party. Kimmy and Maurice arrive. Mel's already there waiting for them. It is so nice to see Kimmy so happy, especially with everything she's going through. Tiffany and Lewis show up and, Tiffany got the pregnancy glow. She's pregnant. Then Martell comes in, and when Martell sees Mel, he like a dog in heat. He cannot wait to get over there to her. Like, he cannot wait. But isn't it so funny how the grass is not always greener in other pastures that we think that is going to be? That's so funny. Then here comes Tisha and Marcel into the party. And if nothing was made clear before, Mel and Tisha definitely are on two ends of the spectrum. I don't even think they looked at each other. And that's fine. They're cordial. They're getting along. That's all that matters. Last, Stormi and Courtney come in and they mingle in with everyone. So just like Mel, Stormi says that she has not been around any of the cast since the reunion. And Stormi says, everybody acting like they cool or whatever, but she don't do fake-ish. Child, won't it you that I seen on Instagram dancing in the street with the whole cast except for Mel? But okay, girl. Okay. So we move on to Martell asking Mel again about that dang prayer. Mel said, it's a no for me. God has already delivered me from the lion's den, and I do not plan on going back. And Mel was like, basically, she forgot. It wasn't on her radar. She basically don't care about the prayer. And he like, why is she doing him like that? And I'm like, boy, that's nothing compared to what you did to her. Like, are you serious right now? But anyway, Kimmy shares with everyone the news that basically she's cancer free. And I am really, really happy for her. I like Kimmy. I really do. And then Stormi pulls Mel aside and Stormi asks Mel, are they good? And, they start going into how Mel changed her number and Stormi tried to call her, but, couldn't reach her. And then Mel said Stormi could have DM'd her. Stormi said in her confessional, basically when Mel said that Stormi could DM'd her, Mel don't really fuck with her like that. And yeah, I took away from that too. Like, she's saying you could have DM'd her, girl. You ain't really special. She don't rock with you like that. Take it for what it is. But you can't be upset because you did say that we're developing a friendship. We're not friends. Friendship is so much more to me than all the things that these people in this group have been doing. This is stuff that's coming out of Stormi mouth. So when somebody throw that ish back at her, she gets upset. But wasn't she the same person that laughed when her mom asked if Mel and her was friends? Then she proceeded to say we're developing a friendship. So again, girl, why you mad? Ain't y'all still in that developing stage, boo? And that's how the show ends. Again, I like Kimmy and Mel's growing or blossoming friendship. They're both calling each other friends. I hope it continues to grow. I hope nobody gets in between that. And I hope Tisha minds her business. Because I just see her getting jealous of that. I hope Martell does not spend all season chasing Mel behind closed doors, but in public, he's doing the opposite. Bro, just be honest. We all know that you miss your family, but just be honest about it. Stormi and Courtney, I hope that they can come to a happy medium about them having more kids. But as it looks, bro is not trying to have more kids. I hope this is not another gang up on Mel season. I hope Stormi, mama, stay in her place and stay out of young folks' business. And please be advised of what happened to Miss Wanda. I hope Kimmy continues to grow stronger in health. And I hope Stormi is not pulling a Destiny because we've been there and we've done that. Tell me what you think in the comments. Hit the notification bell, like, share, and subscribe.
Then I made up